If you're in sales, there are 4 objections a prospect will give you: uncertainty, money, spouse, time. And you will never be able to sell until you learn how to handle all 4. But here's a mistake that most salespeople make: they treat every objection the same. The prospect says, I need to think about it, and they jump straight to payment plans. You're negotiating price with someone who doesn't even trust you yet. And that's why it doesn't work and you lose the sale. You have to handle them in order. And if you skip the first one, nothing else matters. This is the objection handling tree, and this is a simple mental model to help you handle any objection. I want to give credit where credit is due. Over the years, I've had many mentors when it comes to sales. And I want to give credit to Cole Gordon and David Dre for being the most influential mentors that I've had in sales around being more process oriented and having the ability to be more skilled as a salesman, as a career salesman, to be able to improve my skill set, especially when it comes to objection overcoming. Diving right on in, the first thing that I want to tackle is, so uncertainty is going to be the biggest and meatiest part of the objection handling process, because until uncertainty is addressed, we can't go into the money, the decision maker, or time. Those are all logistics. I don't like to proceed over into logistics. The mistake that I used to make a lot of when I was a salesperson and up until recently was that I wouldn't identify what the uncertainty actually was. And I would just move on into logistics. And then when I would tackle the logistic, I would still not tackle the uncertainty because there was an underlying uncertainty that wasn't moving the individual forward. So let's tackle uncertainty first. I'm going to talk about how to tackle this, and then we're going to move over into logistics. So when it comes to uncertainty, let's make sure that we are defining terms. And when we define terms, we want to get on the same page. So uncertainty in the dictionary is defined as a lack of complete knowledge or sureness about a situation or an outcome or measurement, representing doubt. All right, this is actually really important for us to address. It's representing doubt. What uncertainty means is that the prospect is in doubt. Now, what are they in doubt about? The prospect will usually be in doubt about you. They'll be in doubt about themselves. They'll doubt your company, or they will doubt the product or process. That is the 4 sources of uncertainty. So let's explain each one. When the prospect doubts you or is uncertain about you, that means that they don't trust you. That somewhere in the discovery process or in the sales process while you were selling, they were not sold on you yourself. This could be due to a plethora of different reasons that we're not going to get into right now. The other thing is they're uncertain about themselves. Most people need someone or something to believe in until they can believe in themselves. And so the prospect, if they're doubtful about themselves or they're uncertain about themselves, they don't believe that they can actually accomplish the desired situation that your product or service is promising. The other piece of this is they're doubtful about the company. They don't trust the company. They don't trust the reviews. They don't know you. Maybe it's new, or maybe they saw a review and they've got a bad thought in their mind that we have to address. The last piece could be that they're doubtful about the product or the process. They don't think that the process is going to work for them. And usually this stems from them having a poor experience in the past. Now that we understand that there are 4 pieces of uncertainty, or there are 4 sources of uncertainty, we can then determine whether when a prospect says, I need to think about it, I'm going to get back to you, is it a smokescreen or is it truly uncertainty? And there's a tactical way to make sure that it's not a smokescreen and it's truly uncertainty. Because if we don't address the uncertainty and we go over to the logistics, you'll never be able to close because we didn't address the core and the root cause of why somebody doesn't move forward. It's primarily due to uncertainty. What does uncertainty sound like? It may sound like I need to think about it. I need to sleep on it. I don't make decisions like this. I need time to think through this. Now, when a prospect says these 4 things, usually, this means that it could either be a smokescreen, And what that means is that this could actually be a logistical objection. When they say I need to think about it, it really just means that they need to figure out the money. And that's what we'll go into. Because it's a smokescreen, we'll then proceed to logistics. Now, sometimes the prospect will say I need to think about it, and it's actually truly uncertainty that we need to address. Tactically, I'm going to show you how to ensure that it's not a smokescreen and it's actually uncertainty. Or it is a smokescreen and you're able to then just move over into logistics. So what does that look like? When we're tackling uncertainty, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get a tie down. This is going to help us identify, is this a smokescreen or is this uncertainty? Then we're going to get a double confirmation to make sure that is it uncertainty or is it smokescreen or is it uncertainty? Then once we have the double confirmation, we will then be able to navigate. If it's uncertainty, we go over to selling, right? If it's uncertainty, we'll go back to selling. If it's just a smokescreen, we go over into logistics. So let me show you how to tactically engage in this and actually approach this. So first tie down. You drop the price and the prospect says, hey, whatever excuse they give, I need to think about it. I need to sleep on it. I need to talk to my business partner. I need to talk to my operations person, whatever it may be. Hey, first thing you're going to say is you're going to do a tie down. And the tie down is just to get confirmation. It's to get a micro commitment. Got it. Totally understand, totally respect your process. Is there anything keeping you from being less than 100% certain that this is what you need to do and now is the right time, right? I'm asking a little bit of a complicated question. You can simplify that by saying, hey, got it, totally understand. Is this something you want to do 100%, right? More simplified. Based on this answer, somebody will say yes or somebody will say no, right? And sometimes people will say yes, but a lot of times the way their tonality is, it's actually a no. They're lying to you because most people don't want to tell the truth sometimes because they're afraid of telling the truth, right? We have been reprimanded sometimes of telling the truth, whether it's in relationships or talking truly what we're actually feeling. Sometimes what I'll do is because of their tonality, I'll treat this as a no. So I'll be like, hey, I know you're saying yes, but I sense some hesitation and you want to address that. If they're 100% certain, they're like, yes, like I'm 100% in, like I want to do this. Okay, great. You want to double confirm. Got it. So you're 100% in. We just need to figure out this. And figure out this could be spouse, figure out talking about it. Because in the middle, in between this, they'll give you the real reason, right? When they give you the real reason, that's when you double confirm. Got it. So you're 100% in. We just need to figure out the money. Is that right? Yes. Now we've got a double confirmation. This allows us to then either navigate over to selling or logistics, right? If it is they're not certain and it's uncertainty and they gave you something based off of tonality, we got to go back to selling. If it's logistics where they say, yeah, hey, I'm 100% in, it's just the money. Got it, double confirmation, yes, it's money, then we're going to move over to logistics. So let's first address how we're going to do the selling. If you get uncertainty and we have not addressed uncertainty, don't move forward into logistics, handle the uncertainty first. How you're going to handle the uncertainty is in three capacities. One, if they're uncertain about you or the company, you want to be able to shower them with testimonials and case studies and undeniable proof. And you ask them like, hey, what's keeping you from being less than 100% certain? And they'll tell you, like whether it's you. And if somebody's like, I don't know, I just don't make decisions like this, blah, 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 blah. So what you do is I like to open up a Google document and I like to address this. And I say, hey, listen, when most people are uncertain, I've been doing this long enough that when somebody's uncertain, they're uncertain about a couple of things. They're uncertain about me, right? Is that true? Like, do you trust me? Yes. Okay. They're uncertain about our company. Like, do you trust our company? Yes. Do you trust our process? Like, do you feel like this is exactly what you need to be able to get to where it is that you want to go? A lot of times, this is where it's like, I don't know if it's going to work for me. Boom. Well, we've now identified where the uncertainty is. They're uncertain about the product or the process, right? And then last but not least, some people are like, no, I know the product is absolutely going to work. Okay, cool. Then you say, hey, the last thing is, are you uncertain about yourself? Like, is this something that you feel like you can do? And sometimes people are like, no, I don't know. I don't trust myself. I don't know if it was something I could do, right? Or usually in the process, they're like, I tried something in the past and it didn't work and they didn't tell you in discovery. So now when you find that out, you gotta go back to selling. So when you're selling yourself or the company, you want to shower them with case studies. If they're uncertain about the process and what they've tried before, you want to be able to break down piece by piece what they've tried And then you want to be able to address why your product and solution is going to be different from the thing that they've tried and resell them on it and ask for the sale. The last piece is themselves. People will sometimes, a lot of times, not believe in themselves or their capacity to be able to execute on the thing that you're recommending, your product or service. In that case, what needs to happen is you need to transfer your conviction. You need to pour into them. Like, hey, I believe in you. I know you're going to crush this. You're right there. All we got to do is make some tweaks and changes, and it's unreasonable that you're not going to be successful. Because most people, like I said, need someone or something to believe in until they can believe in themselves. So that was a process of going into selling. Now let's talk about logistics, because once we've handled uncertainty, we've got the tie down 1 and we've got tie down 2, and someone says, yes, like I'm 100% in, I just need to figure out the money. Well, great. Now we're going to move on to how to handle the logistic, right? If we call it objection, it's just logistics, the money side of things. The mistake that most people make when it comes to money, they immediately, and I used to make this mistake a lot, is go into payment options where it's like, hey, great, I know it's the financial thing. Let's figure out, how about this option? How about this option? How about this option? But the issue with that is we're not actually getting to the root cause. Now, in high ticket selling, we want to collect as much cash up front. Why do we do that? It allows us to lower our cost per acquisition. It allows us to get a better customer because people who pay attention, right? So with that being said, instead what we like to do is we like to do open wallet. Right? I want to see what funds are actually available so then I can recommend a payment plan that actually works for them. Because if someone has the money to pay it up front and they're just being chicken, you want to address that and you want to collect the money up front, especially as a sales rep. Your commission is relying on it. Now, if somebody's completely broke and they don't have the money, then you want to be able to figure out a structure that'll actually work for them rather than just spitting out random things. And what Open Wallet allows you to do is it allows you to see what resources they actually have right now to be able to invest. So let me walk you through what that looks like tactically. First, we're going to ask permission. So we got the tie down. It's just some money. We're going to ask permission so we can get on the same side of the table with the prospect. We're going to ask permission to help them. Okay. Then from there, we're going to figure out what their net cash flow is, how much cash flow they have coming in. We're going to figure out how much they have in savings, what their credit looks like, what their credit score looks like, right? So because then we can see if we can get them access to funding. We do a tie down, we give them options, and then we do a tie down again as a confirmation. So let me show you what that looks like. After I do the original tie down for uncertainty, right? This would be, we've already done tie down 1, tie down 2. This was during the uncertainty phase, right? Now we're moving on to the tactical side. It's like, cool, this is how we ask permission. Hey, are you open to having an open conversation with me around finances so I can figure out whether we can create a game plan now or create a plan for the future? See how I'm now making it very easy? I just want to have an open conversation, just want to see if we can create a plan now or for the future. Some people will be hesitant, right? So now you got to take a step back, you got to address the objection, just be like, hey, I'm here to help you. I just want to make the right recommendations for you. Some people may be hesitant because a lot of people don't like talking about money. As a sales rep, right, when you first probably got into sales, it is a little bit uncomfortable asking for money, but then you get really good at it and you kind of become numb to it because you're used to asking for money. Most people are not open to having conversations around money, and so you have to be very cognizant of that. So once they give me the verbal yes, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to say great. So once I get the confirmation on the permission side, I'm going to go over to net cash flow. And how I ask that is after expenses, what's usually left over on a monthly basis? This question is allowing me to see what type of payments they can make, because that's how I'm going to be able to structure the next month's payment. Because if I know that after expenses, usually that much is left over, that's going to be my second payment if I recommend a second payment at all. Make sense? Then we're going to go into great. After I know cash flow, and people will be like, I don't know, it all depends on the month. Hey, just give me an approximate. Worst case scenario, give me an approximate. They'll give you an approximate. Then from there, just say, hey, great. How much do you have cash on hand? Checking savings. Not saying we're going to use it. Just want to see what we're working with here, right? We give the confirmation because sometimes people won't want to give you the cash that they have in their savings, and then they'll be like, well, I don't release that information. I'm just like, hey, I'm just here to help you. I just want to make sure that you have the runway to be able to support yourself as you're doing this. So again, we're coming from a service plan. I understand. I agree. I'm here to help you, right? Once we have the cash and savings, the next thing we're going to move over to is credit, right? Hey, do you have access to credit? Yes. Okay, great. What does that look like? What's the availability? What is that looking like, right? Then I'm also going to ask for their credit score, because the credit score will allow me to get access to funding. Like I can do a firm, I can do Klarna, whatever it may be. If you're in the B2C space, if you're in the B2B, this shouldn't be an issue, right? They should be able to have budget and you should have clarified it early on, right? Then what I like to do in between here and here, I like to pause personally. And I like to stop and I like to look at them dead in the face and I like to just ask very directly, you want to do this, right? And they say, yes, like I totally want to do this. I've got everything out on the table, right? Now I'm just going to make my recommendation. And so the way that I do that is I say, hey, listen, I don't think the best thing for you to do is the $30,000, but I also don't think the best thing for you to do is nothing, because if nothing changes, nothing changes. So what I recommend is we do X, Y, and Z, right? And then I present the option, right? And then I say, great. If I can get this approved for you, I always put it back on the company or my manager or my director or whatever movie. And if you're the director, you just be like, hey, if I can get this approved from the owner, right? Are you willing to move forward today? See, I'm getting a micro commitment. I'm getting a final tie down. If I can get this approved, are you willing to move forward today? And then they'll give you the objection whether they want to move forward or not. Usually, a lot of people will be like, yes, if you can get this approved, we can get. Now, if you want to do a double tie down, great. Okay, so if I get this approved, you're whipping out your credit card, we're paying, and we're moving forward. Right? So see how we're going logically. And I figured out, because if somebody, like the most recent sale that I made, the person had money on their credit card. Why am I going to give them a payment plan when they could just put that amount on a card, get the points back, and be able to pay it off at their own pace? Right? It serves the customer. At the end of the day, when we're doing money objections, is we're figuring out what's going to serve the individual. Because if they've got $1,000 left in their bank and they need money for marketing, well, maybe they're not a good fit right now at the capacity that they're at. Even though they want to give you money, sometimes you have to pull away as a sales rep, because our goal is always to sell, 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 sell. But if somebody's not in a position where you took all their money and now they don't have the resources to actually execute on whether you're consulting or your service, then what's the point? It's better to let them go and have them come back, right? Now, that's just the philosophy there. So we handled uncertainty, right? We took care of that. We handled money. Now we're going to move over to the decision maker objection, right? That's the second logistical objection that comes up. Now, sometimes the decision maker objection is a smokescreen, and many times it can actually be legit. And when I say a smokescreen, they'll say that they want to talk to their husband or spouse or business partner or stuff like that, but it's a smokescreen because they're uncertain about something. And so you can use the decision maker angle to be able to flush stuff out. Now, again, this comes down to you do tie down 1, you do tie down 2. This is from your uncertainty, okay? Then we go into decision maker. Again, it's always uncertainty. Then we go into logistics. I always want to do tie down 1, tie down 2, right? Your job is to figure out whether they're sus, right? It's a smokescreen, or is it actually legit? From there, first, what I like to do is I like to rule out to make sure that, like, everything else first. I want to make sure that this is the only objection. It is only a decision maker, not an uncertainty one, right? I want to get a verbal commitment that they would do it right now if it wasn't an objection, all right, from the decision maker. And then I want to coach them on how to have the conversation if this is real. Because if it's not real, then I'm just going to push them to move forward anyway. But if it is a real objection, then I need to coach this individual, because what happens is they just spoke with you as a salesperson. Now they're going to have to take all the information that you've given them in an hour, 2 calls, 3 calls, 4 calls, and now they're going to go have to relay that to their team, right? Luckily with enterprise sales, sometimes you got to have a champion that can actually push the objective forward, or you get to present in front of the executive team that's going to make the decision. So you can actually just sell and they prep you up to sell. But majority of the time, especially if you're in more of an SMB mid-market sale and there's a business partner, they're just going to go relay the information. So it's important for them to be sold so they can sell the business partner. And so you want that person, as Cole Gordon says, get that person a 12 out of 10, a 15 out of 10. They're so bought in that when they communicate to their business partner or spouse, they're convincing them that they should actually do this, right? So how we tackle this is, first we want to tie down and we want to suss out whether it's a smokescreen or it's actually a spousal objection, okay? So here's how we do it. First, tie down, right? We've already done tie down 1, we've done tie down 2. Hey, got it. Totally respect your process. Outside of talking with your partner, is there anything holding you back from doing this today, right? No, like that's it. Okay, cool. So if you didn't have to talk to them, you'd be whipping out your credit card and paying now, and we'd be moving forward. See how I'm sussing it out? They're like, no, I wouldn't be doing this right now. I don't know what that would look like. Okay, cool. Uncertainty. Now I got to go back to selling, right? See how at every given point with the tie down, we are addressing the main thing, because if they're uncertain, they're not going to move forward. So once we've done that, we've got the double confirmation. So again, if it's not a certain yes, something is holding them back. So if they're not certain, if it's not 100% yes on both of those tie down, it's uncertainty. You got to go back and you got to say, hey, is it me? Is it the company? Is it the product or the service? Or is it you? What is it that's holding you back? Right? Now, how you suss out what the real objection is. Hey, listen, you know your partner better than I do. When you present them to them, what questions do you think they're going to have? Right? What do you think that they're going to say? Right? And let them come out. Usually what they're doing is they're flushing out their own objections internally that they have. Answer those questions. Hey, great question. What are the questions? Great question. What are the questions? Okay. Then what you say is great. So if, and obviously you know them, if they're on board and you're 100% in, we're moving forward, right? I do another tie down. I like to just do tie downs consistently. Okay. So then let's play worst case scenario. What if they say no? Right? And then they're going to say, oh, I'm going to do it anyway. Well, if you're going to do it anyway, then you might as well do it now. You can ask for the sale, right? Now, how you ask is then you can coach the person. If they're like, no, they're not going to say no, but I want to talk to them from a base of permission, or like it's usually a permission or respecting, right? So then you can ask that and say, hey, are you doing this as more of like a permission thing, or are you doing this as out of respect to make sure that they're well informed? Oh, I'm doing this as a permission thing. Okay, cool. So base, if it's a permission thing, what is it that you're looking for permission for? To do this, but it's your business, and you coach them on the permission side of things. And then you can do the whole, hey, it's easier to ask for forgiveness than for permission, so let's just do this if you wanted to attempt it. If they say no, it's more of a respect thing, which is what most people will say because they don't want to tell you it's a permission thing. What you're going to do is you want to coach them, right? You want to coach them on how to be able to do so. So usually what I like to do is I like to do an ask, and then I like to coach, and then I like to do an ask. So what that means is I'll coach them like, hey, I know it sounds like your partner's very supportive, right? But we just met, right? Like I know my spouse will support me when I'm ready to actually make a decision to make sure that I'm accomplishing the goals that I want, right? I'm assuming it's the same thing for you. Yeah. Okay. So if you talk to them and they're supportive, like have they supported you in the past with things that you've tried to do? Yeah, they have. Okay. So you're pretty sure that they're going to support you with this now, right? Right. Okay. So if they're going to support you, let's do this right now. And for whatever reason, if there's an issue, you just give me a holler and we can sort it all out. See how I'm asking for the sale again? Now, if sometimes they're like, no, I got to ask for, I got to make sure I talk to them. It's a respect thing. Totally cool. Okay. Hey, listen, let me coach you on how you're going to talk to them. Okay. Or we can book a follow-up. That's one option where you can genuinely, like it's a spousal objection and like there's no deal that can happen today. The second is I like to request a deposit. You can even get a $100 deposit. It's like, hey, you 100% want to do this. Yes, great. My time is valuable. It's a $100 refundable deposit to book the second call because I have calls coming in and my calendar is back to back. So let's just ensure that like you are actually serious and you're not going to actually like ghost me and use the spousal objection as an excuse, right? Because if they give you a $100 deposit, that means they're actually serious. And then the last thing is if you know that it's fear, it's not really their spouse, just push and ask for the close a couple of times, right? Until that person actually makes a decision. A lot of times I've had this where they're like, yeah, they're just like, they're not going to say no. Okay, well, if they're not going to say no, then let's just do it right now. Oh, okay, great. Sometimes people just need to be led because in their mind, they want to rationalize and make an excuse for not moving forward right then and there. Because if they don't move forward right then and there, they're probably never going to do it anyway. All right, so that was the decision maker objection. So we've tackled uncertainty, we've tackled money. The last logistic is time. Okay, let's walk you through how you actually do this. So when it comes to time, it's very rare that I get time because I usually rule it out in the discovery process. But if you get time as an objection, I don't know if this is the right time right now. I don't know if I can make this work. Well, you want to be able to treat it like a math problem. I usually like to sell on a Google Doc. So I'll just be like, okay, great. Where's your time going? Right? I'll do a tie down. Hey, outside of time, is there anything else holding you back from moving forward today? Get the math equation, time, where can you take out time? Is this important to you? Do you actually want to do this? Great. Let's make the commitment and move forward, right? How do we figure out time? Tie down, right? Always tie down. One, outside of time, is there anything keeping you from being less than 100% certain that you want to do this? No, I'm 100% in. Okay, so you want to do this. It's just figuring out how to make it work with your time. Right? So if we figured that out together right now, would you move forward today? See how I'm getting a micro commitment, right? Tie downs are very, very, very important. It's one of the most important things that I've learned in objection overcoming. It's tie downs, tie downs, tie downs. Get them to micro commit so that way they don't go back on their word. All right. From there, I go into, cool, let's break it down and see how realistic it is. So then we go, great, where's your time going? Are you going on a trip? How many days are you going to be out? What are you doing full time? X, Y, and Z. So you map everything out, right? You just get all the data, right? And then you make the suggestion on that data, and then two things could happen. It could actually be that they have no time, or they've got certain extraneous circumstances. Like I was trying to get a consultant client in, and he has an illness that he has to get over. So what we did was we did a delayed start. We collected a deposit, and we said, hey, let's collect the deposit, and then from there, we can get you a delayed start in a month or so, right? So that way, at least I got some sort of commitment. The other is that if it's not a delayed start, then hey, this is super realistic to do. Why don't we just do this? So you can ask for the sale. So time, usually, the only time the time objection should come up is that we didn't address it in discovery. Because usually, before I go into a pre-pitch or my pitch, I ask them, hey, like, how soon are you looking to get this going? Got it. Is there anything that would be hindering you in the next couple of weeks to implement this? Got it. So if we came in and implemented this within the next 21 to 30 days, you'd be okay with that? Yes. Like nothing's gonna hold you back from executing on this. No. See how I try to tackle, for me specifically, I'm not as skilled at objection overcoming. So that's why I'm treating this as a process. But what I like to do is I like to address all the objection overcomes in the discovery to make sure that they're 100% bought in and ready to move forward. So that was the entire objection handling process. So we addressed uncertainty, we addressed time, we addressed decision maker, and so now you have a very good process to be able to take people through to handle any of their objections. So to recap, if somebody is uncertain, do not move forward to any of the logistics. Go back into selling. They're either uncertain about you, they're uncertain about the company, they're uncertain about themselves, or they're uncertain about the product or service. Address those four first. Get complete buy-in. If you can't get complete buy-in, the person is not going to agree. You can do all the logistical stuff that you want, they're not going to move forward. If there is buy-in and they're like, this is exactly what I want to do, I just need to figure it out logistically. Then you can go into, great, what is it logistically that they're trying to figure out? Is it money? Is it decision maker? Or is it time?